Well, when we very first started talking about what we wanted to, what we were trying to accomplish, there was a lot of things said about creation, and the thought that sprung into my head was the idea of the cycle of creation and destruction. How in a sense, death begets life, and life cannot continue without death. It is an inevitable. Just is the way that nature works. So, what I decided to do, I abandoned my original concept. I went ahead and decided, like, well, why not just show all of creation down to from the smallest particles to the everyday things that we see, and everything that happens in between. So, out of the original creation, with what we know of today, scientifically at least, is the whole concept of the expansion of space-time called the Big Bang, and our fundamental particles, which coalesce and start to become the first stars, the first galaxies. Galaxies live out their lives. And then the stars in those galaxies will eventually die. All of them will eventually die. And because of that death, though, the heavy elements, those things like iron and uranium and oxygen, carbon, all the things that make up the natural world, the world that we know, was created out of the deaths of these stars billions of years before. They can, with the injection of heavy elements into the universe, those can coalesce. Those become the planets that we see. Those start to become the everyday organic molecules that we see, and then eventually organic molecules can become life. Just the injection of energy into the system. Life evolves. Life carries on, and then finally to down here with culture itself as another byproduct of life itself. So it's just kind of the long continuation from original birth to rebirth and rebirth. And the reason for some reason I kept seeing the Lord Shiva as Nataraja, the Lord of the Dance in the center, because I kept seeing the idea of the Hindu idea of creation, right? In one of his right hands, he carries the drum, which is the drum beat of creation, and in his left hand here, he carries the fire as a reminder that everything will die, everything will be destroyed eventually as well. And so this is basically one group of humanity's personification of the universe itself. This is a way for them to view it that was understandable, that was tangible, because obviously Shiva is in the form of a human, just like they were. It is a way for them to grasp the universe and its vastness and its age. And an interesting side note is that whereas many cosmologies in religion and mythology count the time of creation in terms of thousands of years, the Hindus had an interesting idea. It's one that's relatively unique in human culture. They actually counted the span of the universe in terms of billions of years. The current, as they see it in their cosmology, the current universe is about 8 billion years old from the dream of the Brahma sleep, where for each day that Brahma sleeps, each night that Brahma sleeps, his dream is the universe, and that dream for the one Brahma night is everything from creation to destruction in billion years. I just wonder